Hello everyone, welcome to Tang Chinese class. Lesson 1, Part C. In Part A and B, we understand the characteristics of Chinese characters and what pinyin is. We also know that China is a vast land. So, do all Chinese people say the same language? Not really. There are a number of dialects in China. Well then, how many are there? This is the map of China. How many colors do you see on this map? Each color represents one dialect. Let's have a listening. What are Chinese dialects like?
你好，你黄外山呢？
你好，你叫啥名啊？
你好，你叫啥子名字？
你好，你叫么子名字？好，喊嘛个名字？
你好，你叫咩名啊？
Do these dialects sound very different? Even the number of tones is not the same. Some of them are 4, some are 5, while some are even more than 10. Under this, can the Chinese understand each other's dialect? The answer is no. So, here comes Mandarin for communication. Which is the kind of Chinese you want to learn? The pronunciation of Mandarin is originated from Beijing dialect, as Beijing is the capital of China. And of course, another reason is that most Chinese understand and learn Beijing dialect easily with only 4 tones. Surely, the vocabulary of Mandarin comes from all over the country, but mainly from the northern dialects, because some of the words spoken by the southerners are hard to pronounce in Mandarin. Fortunately, Chinese characters are the same all over the country. If you don't understand the words people saying, you can write them down to communicate. Therefore, writing Chinese letters is a very important ability. Now let's learn how to write Chinese characters. Chinese characters are made up of strokes. The stroke numbers of characters are not the same. For example, this Chinese character has only 1 stroke, and there are many strokes in these characters. Gee, is it so difficult? Don't worry. In fact, there are only several basic strokes in Chinese. You see, as long as you've learned 6 basic strokes, writing Chinese characters will not be a problem. Next, we will learn how to write these basic strokes one by one. The first one is horizontal, 横, written from left to right, and write it with me. Very simple, isn't it? The second one is vertical, 竖, written from top downward to bottom. Let's write it together. The third one is dot, 点. Write it with me and please draw it on the paper gently. It's short and oblique, like a much shorter horizontal or vertical strokes, but stewed. The fourth and the fifth are simpler. When writing vertically from top to bottom right, then you'll get a downward left, 撇. And from top to bottom right is downward right, 捺. The last one is vertical hook, 钩, which is to stop writing vertically and upward hooking to the upper left corner. Sometimes it can also be a horizontal hook. After learning these basic strokes, have you noticed that the basic ones are horizontal and vertical, then the dot? Other strokes can be seen as a combination of horizontal, vertical, and dots. Learning the strokes, we can write Chinese characters now. If you write them in a certain order, you will feel more convenient, and the handwriting will be faster and better looking. For example, we should first write the leftmost one, and then from left to right is downward left, vertical, and again vertical to form the character which means the river. The character is writing from top to bottom, composed by 3 horizontal, which is the number 3 in Chinese. Very easy, isn't it? But what if the horizontal and vertical are put together? See, write horizontal first, and then find the middle point of the stroke to write vertical. Otherwise, it will not look good. Language is always full of exceptions. Here comes a special one. This word is written first in the middle with the vertical hook, then on both sides adding the dots. From these characters, we can see that balance and symmetry are linked with beauty to Chinese people, which produces the art, Chinese calligraphy. Well, we have learned a lot about Chinese and China in this lesson. Do you think Chinese is very interesting? Let's take a look at the exercises on the platform. Prepare for the next class to learn more Chinese. Thank you and see you next time.